Now I'll pass over to Harry, who's has probably got a great heap of questions that you've asked him a while back there, and Harry and the iHelp team will solve all your problems. So over to you, Harry.
I wish. We have had a couple of questions. First of all, to explain what's going on here, this little slot, this little session, was suggested as a way so that members can put up their own questions and have some kind of answer in real time. Most members here are aware that when iHelp does its day job, which was helpfully described actually by Mike Allison last month, we don't work in real time and except one-to-one, and a lot of it's done on the phone, a lot of it's done by screen sharing. But the idea is that the team is here. In fact, the team has 8 frontline iHelp members. Frontline means that they're on the phone to members on a regular basis. And of those, 6 of them are present at this meeting. So I don't think we'll all speak at once, but we have the resource there. I've been looking through, before I touch on the actual questions, I just want to make a couple of points based on our recent caseload, because the main hope is, of course, that by sharing these discussions, we go beyond an individual case and help a few more people. So I've been looking at our caseload over the last few weeks, and there are 1 or 2 that I can't help you with, but I just thought I'd report them. Mouse behaving strangely, which I think meant a computer mouse, and it was solved, I think, by a substitution. Or another one that's very challenging, needs help with computer, almost everything. A couple of others I thought I'd just comment on. This one has reinstalled Vista, and another one talks about Windows XP, reinstalling Windows XP to run a particular program. Now, the philosophy of iHelp is usually more permissive than regimentary in this context. We try to help members where they are and gently nudge them into the future if it's necessary. But I think in both of these cases, the members were quite aware what they were doing. Another one here that I thought I'd pass on needs help enabling iPad to use new printer. I was a bit involved in this one, and it's an interesting fact that I've experienced that you can get your iPad to print from your printer using your own router. That's to say, it uses the local area network created by your router, depending which side of the Atlantic you're on. The point I'd mentioned in this case was that it was only late in the day I discovered that particular printer manufacturer, which is Brother, has its own application. I was more familiar with cases where the generic software in the iPad was going to drive the printer. So it's worth looking up. If you've got a problem printing from your mobile device, it's worth checking up that the manufacturer hasn't put out its own app to help the process work. Another one here, on a even more serious note, Microsoft advised this account is sending spam. Now, we do have occasionally reports from Microsoft that they've closed an account from sending outside our domain because the account has been detected effectively sending spam. There are big data analysts there somewhere in Microsoft, of course, wholly automatic, that notice if your account is sending out hundreds of emails a minute, which can happen. And the main message I've got on the basis of my own experience here is it really is a rather good idea to change your password reasonably frequently. Somehow or other, and I don't know how, because everybody's got at least an 8-character password that's supposed to be secure, people are managing to guess passwords, and then they take over your account and nasty things happen. So do please change your passwords.